And we go down to Tulane and head coach Willie Fritz. The Green Wave is 6-3 overall, 3-2 in the American. Tulane was idle last week. They're on the road this week to face Temple on Saturday. That will be a noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central Time start on ESPNU. Coach, thanks so much for joining us on the call. Just get your thoughts on how your preparations for Saturday's game against Temple have gone, please.
Well, I think it's gone good. We just got done practicing here a little while ago. Last week we went Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and gave the guys a weekend off. Sometimes you want to make sure you don't do too much and cut back practices, but also had an opportunity to work on techniques and fundamentals, which you don't get a chance to do as much of during the season as you'd like to. And then we got a chance to go out and do a little bit of recruiting. Luckily, I'm in an area where it's a hotbed of high school football, and was able to see a bunch of good games and a bunch of good players. So back to work now and working on Temple and going up there and playing in the stadium. I haven't had a chance to play in, and I think it'll be a great experience, and looking forward to the challenge.
We'll take questions for Coach Willie Fritz, please. Star 1 on your telephone keypad will put you in the queue, and then the operator will introduce you.
The first question comes from Dan Tortora from wakeupcalldt.com. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Coach. How are you?
Good, Dan. How are you?
I'm doing well. Just first and foremost, coaching in the West, there's 4 out of 6 teams, including your own, that are bowl eligible this year. Tulsa just got a big-time win, being one of those 2 teams that won't be bowl eligible this year. Just what you can say about the West Division and what coaching inside of it is like.
Well, it's great. I think it's underrated. I think every team is very well coached. Every team has got a bunch of great players. It's kind of a hidden gem a little bit, I think. I've been bragging about it since I came in the league 4 years ago, just about, what a tremendous competition there is throughout the AAC, in particular our division.
And then as far as, nationally and what you've seen and maybe, what the approach has been, do you think that the conference is finally getting that respect with 4 teams ranked in the top 25 at this point, and college football playoff rankings come out? There's teams in the AAC there. Is this conference getting what they deserve, or is there still more road to gain on this?
Oh, I'm not sure. I think you always want to do better, have more teams and higher rankings and all those kind of things. I've just been in a lot of leagues over the course of being a head football coach, and you usually have a couple gimmies in there someplace. When you're playing in the conference, you got a game here, a game there that you may not roll your A game out there, but you're still going to have a great chance of winning. And they start those games in this league. Everybody's pretty darn good. Everybody's well coached. So it's a tough league. There's no doubt about it. I think the league deserves a ton of credit and notoriety for all the great teams that we have in it.
Well, thank you, Coach, and as always, good luck moving forward.
Thank you.
The next question comes from Mark Narducci from Philadelphia Inquirer. Please go ahead.
Hey, Coach, just wanted to see what you think of Temple and just your impressions on the Owls.
Well, big physical team, without question. Really playing well defensively. 3 great linebackers. Very impressed with those guys. They had a great defensive game plan against USF Thursday night and really executed it well. And, a great return guy. And number 2, he's dangerous anytime he touches the football, and a lot of size out on the perimeter offensively. Getting the ball to those guys out there. They've got some mismatches on guys if you got smaller dudes on them. So just a really talented team from offense, defense, kicking game, and coaches done an excellent job with these guys coming in the league, and the only team to have beaten Memphis is I saw up close and personal. They got after us, so excellent football team.
Thank you, Coach.
Thank you.
next question comes from Sean Pastor from Owls Daily. Please go ahead.
Hi, Coach. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Hey, great. I'm curious, from your perspective, sort of what are the biggest advantages where, this week you've got the bye week the previous week and the Temple didn't have the bye week. What's the biggest edge? I'm sure you've been through that situation from both sides.
Oh, I think, probably the biggest advantage a guy has is, getting some guys healed up, healthy, taking some time off. There's a few guys that we didn't have them do very much last week and taking a step back, I think, a little bit, decompressing. Sometimes you worry you're playing well and you want to get out there and play again. So I've seen it both ways. I've had bye weeks and we've come out of it and played extremely well, and had some bye weeks and you haven't played extremely well. And I think it's a mindset of the team, starting the week, which we started today, and getting back into it. And I think they're a little bit different with the fact that Temple played on a Thursday night as compared to going Saturday to Saturday.
The other question is, so just watching them on tape, I'm sure you've watched their last couple games. What was to you the biggest difference? You mentioned, great execution against USF, right? The previous 2 weeks, they'd given up 108 points in 2 weeks, and then this past week they give up just 7 points against USF. Different teams, obviously, but what did you see different on their defense?
Well, different styles between the teams they played, but I think it's seeing some of that, same type of plays 3 weeks in a row, and they do a really good job of tackling and play a lot of in your face coverage and rush the passer extremely well. Don't miss very many tackles. I just kind of did a little study on this week on tackling and missed tackles and all those kind of things throughout the conference, and they do a good job of getting you between the clubs and getting you down, and I just thought they had a good game plan. Their linebackers really fit everything up well, and didn't allow the ball to get over the top of them defensively, and made South Florida go the length of the field, which they were having a tough time doing.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
And do you have any further questions for Coach Willie Fritz, please? Star 1 on your telephone keypad if so. Coach, appreciate it as always. Look forward to hearing from you once again next Monday.